What's going on, everybody? A little fight recap here. Another boxing video. Dimitri Bivol versus Gilberto Ramirez. And going into this fight, I was wondering how would Dimitri Bivol handle the size of Gilberto Ramirez, because we had seen Dimitri Bivol handle Canelo, but that was a smaller guy moving up. Now you're fighting also a guy who was at 168 somehow, but he's clearly bigger than Bivol. So it was a classic Bivol speed versus Gilberto Ramirez's strength. Speed versus strength and power. How is it going to work itself out? Now, Gilberto Ramirez going into that fight, he looked like he was a cruiserweight. I mean, he looked huge. But Bivol thoroughly dominated him. I thought it was a complete outclass. I saw some people saying that this fight was 116-112. It was close. I don't think the fight was close. I got to be frank with you. I had a 118-110, maybe 117-111. Completely outclassed. I think that Bivol won basically every single round, with the exception of maybe one early on, maybe the first round or one of the first three, two of the first three maybe. And there was a round in the middle of the fight. I forget which one. I think it was round 9 or 10. One of the rounds he just took off. But besides that, he was thoroughly dominating Gilberto Ramirez. And his speed was too much. His timing was too much. His range control, which we talked about. Big shout out to the guy in the comments who said he's got the best range control in boxing. He has the least amount of time getting hit. I still think Shakur Stevenson's probably a little bit better from a range control standpoint, but Bivol's right there. His feet were fast, and at times he was even backing him up and throwing combinations. He does so many things that are very subtle, Bivol. He catches punches. He blocks them with his elbows. He times you really quickly. He's such a sharp, very underratedly sharp counterpuncher, and his work rate is very, very, very good. And he took some punches, so he has a chin, but I just think he's a class above Gilberto Ramirez. I think Gilberto Ramirez is a good fighter, but I think Bivol is a pound-for-pound type fighter, a very, very, very good fighter. And I think that you saw the difference in class. I was a little bit disappointed in Gilberto Ramirez that he didn't go all out. I thought he could have probably pressed a little bit more to try to, win the fight. And he didn't really make any major adjustments to me. He kind of just kept doing what he was doing from the first round to the last round. I think that Gilberto Ramirez, his record was very padded, being 44-0. But again, 44-0 doesn't mean that much to me if you're not fighting top opposition. And that's why I think people have to stop valuing being undefeated in boxing, putting an over emphasis on being undefeated, because as you see, it's not that important, because when he stepped up, he got completely outclassed, even though he was 44-0. But I like what I saw from Bivol. I think that without a doubt, Dimitri Bivol is fighter of the year. I think that his wins over Canelo and Gilberto Ramirez secure that. I think he's clearly the fighter of the year. And I would like to see him fight Artur Beterbiev. I want to see that undisputed fight. And I think that would be a real 50-50 fight, because Beterbiev, he has the physical strength and power, and he's knocking everybody out. But Bivol, he's slick, and he's going to win rounds in there. And he's going to find the distance versus Artur. So I'm not saying who's going to win. I'm just saying that's the fight that we got to see. I know Artur Beterbiev, he's going to fight Yard, in January, they're saying. I don't really understand the point of that fight other than for Artur to, go steal some money in the UK. But whatever. But to me, Dimitri Bivol is just a class above Gilberto Ramirez, and he has shown again that he is the real deal, and that it's not just that he could beat Canelo because Canelo's a smaller guy. He beat Canelo, he beat Joe Smith, and now he beat Gilberto Ramirez, and he's dominating these dudes. So to me, Dimitri Bivol is the fighter of the year. Let me know what you guys think. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Peace.